body shema me mamunyina dwoma mo akwaba eba United Television so kasebo seka fi o memu ana afia mahodo bi so semfo so no so de amayen ene de fe ship house abeka junction ebremu na ye kai mo so ko DSTV obenya kasebo bi ahwe atie our channel 360 sanso ana Facebook and social media handles ahodo ni nyina no kasebo etwegu wo ho asega bi oba bi a ye de ma this way chocolate drink and the coffee drink this way busu ekonu mi no beka ho this way 1 2 3 na fe this way yellow sisi Womina na Africa Sebo Ho Cafe, special ice insio and a special drink. Best point saving salons and the best assurance. Aboa fi ne kasebo. Womo afa ho ka enyina na ensema de bremo no. De di makutini bi and say mampani na nado dan kwaku fado. E de ato ebibremu mpanyifo anim so mo hwe mo asade be ya abentu go bebrebe no ebetumi abrase.
Na dom kuma so a wo mo ewo mrahye bedwam so e de ato abanim sadi mo anim ya hye so ye yemboda no wonhwe na wo mie.
Omekra to so afọ de to je chirimu say Right to Information Act no Ghana for amomade so betumi akono akokwaje o mchefa na the information bi ohia bia no so betumi aka
na COPEC for so e de aba monte say efri ochina aircon no ansha na yen fuel anase ye fango no atimi apagya akwakoduru 11 per liter anase 11 cedis per liter eno no ye hwe aka ho asem
na omen so afọ hwe nsase ho niema so de to je chirimu say emra ene hyehye da fagudie tu ho no abambehwe emiemu papen
na adehia wo mo ewo assignment so ekire say dustbin na say rubbish ayi container no ye de bola egumu no ebi eni ho ntie mo mototo ewura no egu basa tipanifo enhwe na wo mo emfa dustbin no bi emre wo mo
ense bi ka ho ene ye de bra mu sekase bo akenkanfo ye so mo na nwumre yeme Agya Kwabena mene
Adwoa Obiyaa Obeng
afia kase bo ne mu nsam nie Abidua mampanyifo ahia to adwene na no ene ye mampani His Excellency na nado dankwa ekufo ado akokasa ewase na ne kasa mu no dato dwe chirim se okwan a edu ba bi a bibremu a efa so etu abanguo no enya de eboa ema bibreman anase bibremu ha no ye ko echi wo mpuntu ho pa enti wosre se mpanyifo ahia ho no womnim de ene wo madwem wo no wo monto ato asa de be ye betumi aboa amasa abantugo o bibimam ha no ye betumi ahwe na ya bre nase.
While we're quick to sanction military coup leaders, civilians who achieve similar ends via the manipulation of constitutions to remain in power, for example, go without sanctions, although their actions are clearly prohibited in our legal instruments. This means that the existing frameworks need to be strengthened to capture such infractions. Indeed, the African Union and its precursor body, the Organization of African Unity, cognizant of the negative implications of unconstitutional changes of government on the overall continental security governance process, adopted several measures in response to the phenomenon as contained in continental normative frameworks, such as the Lomé Declaration of 2000, the AU Constitutive Act, the African Governance Architecture, July 2000 Solemn Declaration of the Conference on Security, Stability, Cooperation and Development, and its July 2002 Memorandum of Understanding, and various instruments adopted within the framework of the new Partnership of Africa's Development NEPAD, including the African Peer Review Mechanism, APRM. It is good to note that this forum will inter alia discuss and reflect on these normative frameworks with the aim of identifying gaps and loopholes to make them more adaptable and responsive to the contemporary governance, peace, and security challenges of the continent. With the array of governance and security experts gathered here today to deliberate on the issue, with a view to contextualizing the root causes and formulating appropriate responses, I have no doubt that this forum will live up to expectations. We should be guided by the principles of fair and equal application of our rules. I'm looking forward to receiving the Outcome Accra Declaration document, including key recommendations on the way forward.
Abibre mun ka bomuko eye eyu mpanimfo ene Ghana ban ene wo mo ka bi yeye adinhyemude nam so e mo de atodwa se wo mo ede nhyehyɛpa ebegu fam na se de be ya abantugo basa ya ekoso e wa bibrem aman ahodo no so no ano atumi abras na wo ma friends mtwerefo nhyemude ene dayi nam so e ma AU commissioner ya wo hwe asomdwie ene bambo so e na afo soafo be de akira wo hwe amanone ho nsɛm so onabo kwaku apratwum wo mu nyina akwa kopie mu e wo dwumadie no ase akokasa.
I want to assure you that the African Union remains proactive, but because of diplomatic interest, because of specific situation and context, you will recall Chad. The president was killed on the battlefront, and that generated a different scenario unforeseen. Whatever the observer outside classifies it, the body with the mandate, the decision-making organ of the African Union Peace and Security Council, decided that this was a specific case. Instead of sanctioning, work towards early return and restoration of constitutional order. What is clear is that the democratic pathway is seen in the AU system as the only route to prosperity. Not military rule, not any benevolent dictatorship. Rather, the rule of law, democracy, respect for justice, respect for the rule of law. So I want to assure you that beyond sanctions, we have to probe further. We have to dig deeper as to what else will dissuade, persuade any military adventurist from taking us back to the days of autocratic rule and tears.
EU economy no I recognize say saje we say ntumi nyamane na ho EU nko aso ntumi ntrase entu hu anamo ntimo ma yemfa metudwa ne emfrefre nipa ahoro nyina no momra no mo so fa wo madwene emerging is a multi-stakeholder. We are having civil society groups coming in, we are having the academia coming in, we are having professional bodies also coming in, and then we are also having government. All the 54 AU members, Obiyaa representative will be there. Senior, ambassador and a permanent representative or AU commission Addis Ababa. In fact, Ghana ye jitu muse ye be host sa particular day because idea your president na Akufo-Addo dan akuma ho pa hano pa ECOWAS meetings ahoro won in head of states baby idea what can say sa change na manfo mfa ne kwanso na bi tam aso won free so no de tititrinti men ko men nyese no office emwa ni nyina na the political instability and the deba Africa.
Enche bia no manga na agitu mu se enya ho kwan na abanyumeku ahodro no se me ameti hei se mpese metietie nsem bi na bibi twetwema atweso wo ho a betumi akọ office bi ampe bia na makokọje information ana se nhwemu bi ampese mi bia metum kọje ho nkratasem no modi nchechemu so esafata edema me ato ne din right information bill no ebe ya act asisi betumi akase ayemra na no men so afohwe nkrato nsam so owura kodwo ponkroma ede to Ghana fo nyina anim se saa mra na uma ede ada na di no eye ho kwa kese pa na nyina yenya ede to bia mo ne ho modin se obekọ se bia biribi koso obabi na se wani nye ho a obetuma akọ asoe ho akọka se meye Ghana ni na adewe enkoye wa ha mi penkyerechire mu enti ho kratasem nyina no momfa ma me na me so hwehwe mu bi eye wase de se wo ye na okobi san so ese ede ma wo nti osere se Ghana fo nyina obia momode so de ho bagin bia betumi aboaye ama nkuntabuo ene pepepe yen so atumi abome no amamuo mu.
na yenkoko pie mu ewo emrahye bedweme ho na domkuma a wo mo ewo ho so e de atudwa se ye omampanyin nana adedankwa kufu ado ne na ban efi 2020 ya covid-19 eba ye no ye mbodes anasa ya hye so no yade a yatum besi sabri enu nti ebre aso se aban ebehwe no wabie na wo mo mudi akobadie wo mo mudi dwane ade nyina no wo mo ebetimi akọ aman afofo so no matimi akọ akodi dwa wo mo enam so afren semtrefo hyiamudie enedai nam so ema minority leader honorable Haruna Idrisu akasa wachirichire mu say
I'll call on President Nana Adudankwa Akufo-Addo, the President of the Republic of Ghana, supported by his Minister for Health and Minister for Interior, to take urgent practical steps for the reopening of Ghana's land borders to allow for free flow of persons and goods across ECOWAS and the rest of the world. Post-COVID, we are not out of the woods yet, but we want to see a return to normalcy with the movement of goods and services through our borders. And therefore, whatever proactive measures government needs to take, there can be no justification for the continuous closure of Ghana's land borders. Therefore, as a minority, our primary concern this afternoon is to call on the President, as chair of ECOWAS, to do that which is needful to give meaning to the resolutions he so chaired for ECOWAS to pass, to allow and facilitate the free movement of goods and services between us, our neighbors, and the rest of the world. Is the fleecing and rip-off of Ghanaians and international travelers into our country in the name of COVID charges at the Kotoka International Airport by Frontiers Health Services must be reviewed and reviewed in earnest by government. Nowhere in the world does anybody pay $150 for a COVID test. The Honorable Ablakwa returned from Romania. I was in Doha, Qatar. Nowhere. And the least you pay is $50 US. At most probably highest elsewhere will be 100. So for non-Ghanaians to be compelled to continue to pay $150 US in the name of COVID tests, which COVID test arrangement procurement is questionable and raises questions of us using COVID as a money-making enterprise instead of a public health epidemic that needs our collective efforts to combat and to deal with. We do not think that continuously persons traveling to Ghana from abroad must be made to pay $150 US. We consider that a rip-off. We consider that prohibitively high, and even $50 for Ghanaian nationals is high at best. It should be free for Ghanaian citizens. Yeah. What is it that we cannot do for our own citizens who want to return to Ghana to contribute to the social and economic development of our country?
Adeshimamba UTV no nsia kasebo na muhwe madama moma yekwaje aboafo nkrato ye ba ade aka no ye de beto aso.
Abusiafo muguso a ehwe UTV anwumre kasebo ba bia yadri yekutwa ye ho yaba ye san ato kasebo no eso
yakona sebedwoma donkum na sebedwamu edatu echirim se bibi koso manga na mu ase ahwe anye ho bibia ede abusuamanso beto ye ne Bulgaria fontam ene se Bulgaria ba na musini wo manga no na tenaye ene yenya ne tiese yakodwi dan nyina de agu na no ena donkum na sebedwamu ba no dan no niafore na adrusu kasa datu echirim se say ko bubu dan gu ye no e bibia adwene ho awon tiase esan se Bulgaria ba na musini na tenaye na so ya wote nti ba ne se na banko gugu ya Obiyaa ante ho hwe en wo kire ye mampe na nado dan kwakufu ado se wiasa mansa nyina ne ye de ansa kwhye apamase Vienna convention no efa aman hodo bi so anamusifo wo kuru bi so no anaso man bi so no se de se su hwe omneema na ye bom ho ban enti se Ghana ban etunko bubu Bulgaria ban namusini atena ye won kra ha no kwasem edemaso hwe kase pa na ebi ahwe ya edebeba.
I've been drawn by the ranking member on foreign affairs to another diplomatic blunder. President Akufo-Addo is our key diplomat, and he has a duty to keep our relationship with our foreign friends and neighbors well. My understanding is they have gone to demolish the Bulgaria embassy in Ghana. This is unacceptable, and this can sever ties between Ghana and Bulgaria and its other foreign allies. We just don't want to believe that all this is happening under the watch of President Nana Akufo-Addo. Former foreign minister, former attorney general, he can't respect the Vienna Convention on diplomacy. We are disappointed. God bless.
Executive Secretary Emma Kopek Owura Duncan Adwoa na wodi atudwa se ifiri ochina wukuo match da etoso dunsia ekono fango bo America ebetu o maiga na mu no enya asem ketwa kra na wo hwemu a wo mo ekanekane niema esi ani anhwa enche kra liter ba ko ne ebetumi ato no beti se 11 Ghana cedis a omo ehwe se mpanifo behwe atoto ho nsem ye fisi se niema eko ne fango bo no America etuo no so wo mantimi anya ho bibia ebe ha adwen pa.
Owura Duncan Adwoa oye kwanche former Kopek Ekono ene central for Kasaye ene ose fangoboa ayede no ebi ejina Ghana yesikana na hoodin ewo fom ne so ena afezuso no Russia ene Ukraine fonto kwano ka ho bi enam so ama fangoboa ayedin papa wadwaman yahodro so a enya asem ketwa kra eno nti ode ato Ghana fo anim se yenhwe anim se ebra edi yanimi fangoboa no behuri akosoro pa
ye koto wo Europe ede aba na Ghana fo nto a difference ebeda so $182 a metric enka neno nanka akwa $30 bi akwa 40 but for this window no difference in it be $182 every metric ton na okoto diesel on so ebo entumu ebaye enenam over $300 in actual sense be $316 a metric ton and so when can then cover quite to more 20 30 40 be but and also so many most be $316 a metric ton so what is antu moi na wo fast di no so a ebu ne pa na chese ochina uti fuel stations dodo aye ne omo so ehia edinkita ho a pressure egu omo so no esunye but they will have to respect the law. And then so more chain crap on that second window no and shall but Obekaya if you are day 12 mono a be more dear so kakra from 8.29 no 8.47 8.49 it tells you that not pressure on the doors but meet me as so say washer for enter petrol numero montobi na enkodru ochina nin ochina numero dear Ebiana every liter bia obeto bia no be 2 Ghana cedis bi de ebesan ya beda so from 8 cedis 29 8 cedis 49 no ebetimi akojina be 10 cedis 49 diesel no so more price there ebetimi atwemo 11 enesa
Ocheche ni mabaku mienu bi esabanu timi yeboa mafango bo no eba from na Ghana for yikum ehare yen
because and then $100 in nechi no say if BDC for ko demo the abeda so no yes e keka bo mu $20 million and $50 million okay or mine say ye benya $50 million bia mamo enti mamo nkotumu na OMC for no po abetumu mejidi se oye ne sa na o manage situation no but see ebe ye hwe ha de ensa esum ye demide femu na yete ho na a free 6 de na aba 7 na free 7 na abesum 8 na free 8 na etwemu 10 na 11 12 kra o hwe AOMC figures a just 12 kra possible menyini se economy no ebe survive with this
Orua amuase so moka na aba no entie antifango ne so a eni no mbeto mogumontene so aye ye kire ne che demonstration etia aban no
minuanu me wo imani e de omo voice aka ho dada people's project A+ ne na busuafo voice de mu dada bureau of public safety voice de mu dada asepafo voice de mu chese institutions aka no obiye complain enti ye hwe enkosi fiada ya ante hwede a enye obi ne kuma ntwi ye beto ye ho agumontene so
Womenso aforo no hwe nsase ene body boban ama ho nsam so nyafo Samuel abugina poda tudwa echirim se aban eye ntutuye se de be ye beboa ama enema hodo a ye se de be ye betumi aboa ama fagudi ahodo a yetuo no ne bambo ayebo amanfo ho ban betumi gina pintin no obehwe ni nyina na aboa ama amanfo nso anko esan nim wo bra wo mo ye adwuma.
Government is going to take the recommendations and findings of this report very seriously, and we're going to pursue them to the letter. Of course, we'll have to study the report and come up with our own conclusions or views about the contents of the report, but I have no doubt that if not all, most of the findings and recommendations which have been made by this committee will be taken on board and implemented, because after all, what we are looking for is to build here in Ghana a mining industry which is fit for purpose, which is serving the people, which is contributing to the national economy, and which is safe, so that we don't have a recurrence of what took place at Apieti. That's exactly what we are trying to forestall. And also all the other aspects of health and safety in the mining industry should be one that is of international best standards, and that's exactly what we're trying to do.
Health and safety regulations na yara broadly na very good, but no by 12 years in and 10 years atwam. The mining industry is very dynamic. Inti sa oya ade say ewo hwa e was from time to time no osan hwem bi to bring it abreast with the current trends in the industry. Inti no na yahwe atitia intokron kitinkiti bia ye hu ya ifi say ye ebeboa ma in future no the health and safety regime will be better. Na impo se bibi pese ba the effect will be less. Enya den ye be fine tune ba bi kakra ama are more robust and better to improve upon the health and safety of the industry. The TBS had in the BU. But the details need the report number minister.
Opania oshe statistics na fe actuarial science ano ewo KNUST ewo Kumasi eye professor ati noke olu sola na wode ato aban anim se aban enhwe na wompe sika bi ento wo se de be ya wombetimi ede aboa disua ewo science technology na fe engineering ene mathematics ye twanitia eka system ewo in senior high schools no aban enye ne sa se de be ya ebetumi aboa.
Ejumedie bi akoso ewo St. Louis Senior High School eno ewo Odium ewo Kumasi wa Santema ni nyina na ye International Day of Mathematics na chese ewiase afana nyina ye yi eda ade ato se ye bekai mathematics adesua no se ne esi etie eno and head of department edema Statistics and Actuarial Science ewo Kwabena University of Science and Technology Professor Atinuke Olosola Adebenji odi adesrede ede to aban anim se ewo se aban ede akande resources anase sika eniema betimi aboa ama saa STEM adesua na yɛka no mekyerɛ science, technology, engineering and mathematics saa adesua no ɛwɔ sɛ enya akadeɛ ma yɛmfa ya no nko a enka saa akadeɛ no ba ebetima boa ama saa STEM education no ewiase afa na nyinaa ɛno ɛne yɛbɛka sɛ ɛde ɔman bia etu empɔn nti sɛ aban no ɛyɛ nhyehyɛeɛ sɛ STEM adesua no yɛbɛtumi aboa de a na akadeɛ a ɛsɛ ɛfata no aban ɛnyɛ.
The truth of the matter is that we have to put our money where our mouth is. Okay? It's difficult because there are limited resources. But we need to prioritize. Do I mean that we have to put aside not consider the other programs? No, but if we know where we are going as a nation, we want to develop, we want to be contemporaries with the developed countries given time, there's no way we'll get there without emphasizing and prioritizing our mathematics education and science education. I want to appeal that they should please make a deliberate and conscious effort to encourage and empower those who are engaged in teaching our children mathematics and sciences. They need to empower them. They need to empower and equip the schools so that we are not always doing alternative to practicals. We are doing the real practicals as well.
Head of Mathematics Department, Lema St. Louis Senior High School, Ura Yere, Rebecca Boache, and Saprempe Ekasan or Chese, who PM St. Louis, a woman's man for Cassang and Kuntadus Yanasa Mathematics Education, and Neding, and so sono, or share modern mark, this young for more St. Louis, or Musi Bona, and when a new year pa.
School no performance, dear Samekasa may can, a dear Betty. Ye man, ye hear or ye girls. Now, so they are doing very well. So last year 2021 omowa sina commerce inquiry presenting 1298 emu 1240 enya grade A1 to C6. The other years is also moya de pa, but mean to me mubobo boni nyina so enu nti na mama mo last year de no kwa it is a wo sha mathematics e wo school ha de ye ma no mo bo mo ho modern pa na mum mo de ye behia bebre said e be ye department no e be course na teachers ani be je ade kire ne ho no ye hia teaching and learning aids, computers, projectors ye be stress enka Ministry of Education omra we ye moa.
Adesimama UTV no nsia kase gba na moda so ehwe ebra so se sankoto nkra bi ntima da ma montwan ye ba de aka bia no ye de beto aso.
abusiafo ma mu nyina akwaba yesan atoa kasebo no eso
Penny ono no da Consumer Protection Agency anon Kofi Capital de ato abanim se abanhwe na ye mra bi e friend Consumer Protection Bill no o ma ne mra meye adwuma na ye law ankasa se ne be ye bebo wo mo a tod niam wo man no hu eban
o se do na me ye bia na me ne mu ka sei e check ya check some medical guy since 2006 up to now they bia no akra me ko they be mu ka se foforo I say here honestly you be me here because MPP manifesto last time ne wum so me pass the consumer bill and is a mo central for man misa MPs no mo ti wona o mo bi eji asema bane o Kofi Capital and yes ania ye ya mra na ye ya mra se beji atuma ye nyintum so a adenti na ye ti kroma na wo betimi akostore wo koto ade say fidie we o ma receipt anu atwa so say sa receipt no a wo de ama no wa atwa to say ade na wo de ko no wontimi nsa mfa ma next ade no to ma na ade na nye cause obi no ho no ma wo ton ade broni ye na ade a wo de bi e friend say warranty eto so Ghana edwadifo Ghana stores krono nti no wo mo se yenye de me hini say Ghana fo mo sa ko hostel koto Musa ko hostel koto. Na dey also koto. Any pan wa catch us say musu kan ade we di free store hanama what dey buy me nye. Na sa dey nye no. E so kwa Ghana for do mo ko. Ye na ye dey ho. Ya dia tum say ye beji yi levia. Ye misa. Ni ehwe say ade a ye beji atum. Ye gitum so na bi ebo na ye beka se ye beje no so eno so no ye beti di hu nkita ho a eni hu nkita ho de enyina enim ni se aban ni se ono de na nko beje 1.75 what is about 1.5 don kuma no se almost so no almost pay 0.50 hona na wo ana say no abesi say twe na me twe aba banka me gidi say eye papa aban no ehwe say okay 1.50 no metimi aba 1% na ka donkuma no so adwene hu say yes 0.50 no ye betimi aba 1% a we ama 50 we ama 50 na ka ye nyina say ade a because yo mu kirechire mu no sika no ebeboa mimomu de minim ni say me yesika sem e wa abefo so a apart from service fee can charge me bagana ya na ye de ye ho emra ye pese ye ene ye eni samra na ye be ye de a yenye na obi se 1.5 no so obi se 0.50 no so a yempe ba bi a ye be pene so na Ghana fo nyina ho atokomo.
Public Utility Workers Union for the Abamontin ya womo etoto asre abanse animu ya Managing Director Emma Electricity Company of Ghana ECG aban enhwe na womu nyine emfiri ho eye owura Kwame Agyeman Budu womo asem womo ka nyina ne se opani wanyine dodo emfi esese wotumi edie ede ye adwuma na aboroso afa so kwa adwuma de no awodie no onhu ano onhu dwuma papa bi a womo oye wo ho enu timpanifo nhwe na animu ya no womo enyino emfiri ho.
Chochoni Emma Public Utility Workers Union lawyer Michael Dumata Nyameche na ekasaye odi tudwa achirem se ECG kane adwumakuo no egu ECG kane adwumakuo no moja etu no esanse kwankyerefo ohweso no nadwuma ne modemo no enhwe nikura eno enti aban enhwe no wonyine ho omukyema no omusi owura Kwame Agyeman Budu a oye kwankyerefo de ma ECG adwuma no wanya mfinhye aduosia 60 years wotimi ekọ ahomegye mu nanso enkrofo bi pese yesan fado no oye adwuma ne biem eno mo se aban nim no oye ne saade adwuma no ebegukura esanse adwuma no baabi egina sesia ne niema enkoyie.
Mr. Agyeman Budu ebetna akonya ne so a ebeye din ama yesi yebetumi akase obaaye ade baako mienu miensa ɛna wayɛ ama ECG akɔnkan a enti ɔmanpanyin nhwɛ so na ɔnsan ɛma ne ntoa n'adwuma no so anaasɛ ɔma ne mmerɛ foforɔ nka ho na ɛsiane sɛ ne dwumadie sɛdeɛ yɛyɛ hu no fa as adwumayɛfoɔ ɛnsɔ ani na ɛmmoa ɛma adwuma no nkɔnkan no deɛ yɛreka no nyinaa ne sɛ aban nhwɛ sɛ ɔbɛma no akɔgye n'ahome asomdwie kwan so na aban so bɛtu anammɔn na ɔpɛ obi foforɔ a ɔde adwuma no bɛhyɛ ne nsa ɛsiane sɛ mmerɛ a ɔpanyin ɛbɛsɔ adwuma no mu ɛde atete kɛseɛ ɛna aba bɛto ECG so sɛ yɛ adwumayɛfoɔ binom a wɔn ayɛ adwuma ɛboro mfie 20 ne 30 ɛhwɛ nneɛma a ɛrekɔ so seesei ɛwɔ ECG a ɛyɛ adeɛ a ɛyɛ asefem na ani yɛ nyan ɛno nti na yɛreka sɛ ɛyɛ sɛ aban ɛbɛtu anammɔn na sɛdeɛ akamfoɔ bubɔ sɛ ɔbɛrima bɛyɛ bi ba wɔ amɛyɛ ne nyinaa nanso dodoɔ a ɔpanyin adwumabudu abɛyɛ anyɛ deɛ aboa ECG mprempre yi ɔmanfoɔ nyinaa bɛdi adanseɛ enipa binom wɔ hɔ a wɔatua sika ama company no bosomi 6 ebi ɛkɔ afe ɔmo mita besi nɛ ECG agye ɔmo sika nso mita no ebi nne hɔ nyame ɛna ɛmoa sɛ ma wo mita nsɛi na sɛ mfomsoɔ bi ba wo mita ho a ɛne ɛwɔ anhwɛ a yɛnyɛ dum sɔ deɛ nso esumo one ne bedi aprepre ɛnɛ wokɔ ECG mmea ahodoɔ na wokɔ busa adwumayɛfoɔ bebree adwene mu no ayɛ sɛ board no ahu sɛ managing director no ne sinto bi enti ɔmo nso afa ho ɛna ɔmo yɛ nneɛma a ɛbɛboa wɔn ankasa na mmom enye company no enti adwumayɛfoɔ no bi dwen sɛ boardfoɔ no bi koraa ɛna hyɛ akyire a enti ɔmo mpɛ sɛ owura Kwame adwumabudu a ne bra so sɛ ɔbɛkɔ akɔgye n'ahome no ɔbɛkɔ na yɛgye di sɛ saa nneɛma yi ɛnyɛ adeɛ a ɛboa adwuma no nkan kɔ ɛno nti nɛnɛ yɛsi so dua sɛ aban nhwɛ na animonimu ya ɔmpɛ obi foforɔ a yɛde ECG ɛbɛhyɛ ne nsa ɛsiane sɛ mprempre yi adwuma no ɛfɔm a na ɛrekɔ
ɛnka no maso nkwantam na hyɛ bedwani onyanfoɔ abet kwam ayɛ de susuye bi aba wɔso de susu sɛ sankebe yi a ankɔma yɛnte foto bi mfanto hɔ ɛyɛ bɛyɛ sɛ obi biara sɛ akwada a wokɔ sukuu na oni bie na so n'adwene no ɛbɔ adwuma yie paa no yɛmfa so na sensae no betumi aboa amahomasua akɔnka ɔman no mu paa
aka ne mrahye bedwani a na ogina hɔ ma manso nkwanta abato mpeso aso asantimantem ha ne Professor Albert Kwam na wɔde atodwa sɛ hia sɛ yɛtimi keka ɛho ɛyɛ nsiachi baabi ɛde ma asukufo a wɔnim de na wɔhia aboafoɔ wɔse ogyidi sɛ ɛno ɛbɛboa ahyɛ wɔn kran ama watoa wɔn ngomasua so akɔ suapon mu yɛ adache obetumi ayɛ ni papa bi ɛde aboa wɔn man no wɔde nsɛm wɔ nyina atodwa ɛbra asukufo a wɔn mu wie Atwema Senior High School yɛ ɛnei abɛyɛ Afia Kobi Girls Senior High School 1982 afia pem ahankono ade otwe bienu mu omo awieye no akeka won ho abomu a wɔn mo apesika na nkwada na no wɔtwerɛ wasi ɛwɔ sukuu no mu wieye no watwa ne yie no wɔde pia wɔn ama wawura suapon emu
it is important certain bia scheme bia ebituma boa na the vulnerable ana say yenkase mo omuni bi bituma bo ali asobas kakra say beboa amwako especially is about performance of students. We believe that yes is going to help a lot.
Adeshia womote Mali Estate ya ewo ni doku electoral area ewo Ashaman abatu mpesua so na womo ekese womo chese enema bi enkoye ewo mo mpesua no so ni titi womo mote Mali Estate hono womo echra bola adaka bi ani ho a womo etimi eto bola gum enu nti ema nipa eto ewura gu basa bola emene womo ewo mpotemo ho
facility ya even the person nkrofo njai se omo ni o toilet gutter no ti se do mo ni gutter no se nye ena musa two bola wa gutter no su ti wo hwe a wankasa wo hwe a toilet we duwa shama yehu bi da ena so la the person nkrofo mo bra na mo njai ni o sa gutter no nti ye danyame asise sa toilet we aba Mali Estate a ni dini a ye frenu Trasako in Mali Estate. And also like here Bensunu, ama like yare any mosquitoes. I am my area too much.
In Crofuna like you said the way area no any nyama ya the asti toilet no still you say ambejai nti da nyame aspa say mo ba bisa ya debia and the way are malaria or china way are malaria debia area no
be sorry I know the ball abegu ha me blame sa nipa no because fa na the ball na dey egu ho na kakra e de bo am no Obiyaa atiada assemblyman yentua yeka
Every other Shabamba hand the Kase Bodin in ABC as the Dabacoma this with chocolate drink and then coffee drink and a fee special ice issue and a special drink. Oima.
Na matadi ayo Fedia na ko Hinawa collection or committee 7. Friend was 0244334580 and as a miti so a year of for Lady Beauty Saloon it was 0249668934. Yanya ya de Kase boy Ebremo and then you mre Mumia ba Adwoa Obiyaa Obeng many minia.
Agya Kwabena.
Yada munyina ase.